Hey everybody, happy Monday. Welcome back to the show. This is the Daily Chakra channel. I'm Bassman, and this is the show where we're going to take the principles of yoga, apply them to life for a better life. So today is Monday. We're talking about the root chakra. So underneath the tailbone, we're going to dig in, get ready for not only a great week, but a great rest of the day and a better life. So we're going to hop into my favorite pose for Monday, which is mountain pose. So this is arguably the most important pose in yoga. So today's a stand-up day. We've been sitting the past couple of days, so I invite you to get up off the chair. You're going to find the feet. Let me back up here. The feet digging into the ground. So if you can imagine, I am a big red tree, and my feet are the roots, and they are digging all the way down, and they are just as long as my upper, above the ground part of my body. So today's episode, as we're digging in, you can feel all corners of the feet, all four corners, making solid contact with the ground. Sometimes we stand and the feet are, coming up sideways and don't even realize it. We want to put a conscious effort into getting those feet really suction cupped almost to the ground. Spread your toes and put them back on the ground, nice and spread far apart from each other. So as we're taking a nice deep breath in and growing tall, remembering that the core is not only the front abs here, but it's also the lower back. So engaging the core, growing tall with an inhale, and rooting down with an exhale, neck nice and long. So the title of today's episode was Affirmations After a Bad Date. So this was me yesterday. I had a date and it kind of threw me off. So it's happening perfectly that today's Monday and it's time to reset my mindset and kind of get things back on track. So here's what happened. Having a nice date, it was actually the second date, and I'll come a little closer so you can see. Full core engagement, lower back included. Inhale, bring the shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. Shoulders away from the ears. So things are going along nice, having a nice time, walking around New York. And my date drops on me, hey, listen, this is a lot of fun. I really, I'm enjoying time with you, but, I'm not exactly on fire about the situation, meaning it's not going to go anywhere romantically, which is great. I really admired her kind of just coming out and saying that. However, it did kind of throw me off. I wasn't expecting that. So at first I was like, did I do something wrong? Whatever. And so we talked about it. It was just like, no, it's cool. We're better as friends, which I ultimately agree with anyway. But still, it was kind of a shot to the ego to hear that. So if something like this happens, it's important to remember a few things. And so that's where we're getting into affirmations after a bad date. So I want you to inhale, arms up, exhale down. So maybe you're getting ready to do the dishes or something, and something you don't necessarily like happened. So these affirmations can work for you in any situation. So for me, affirmations after a bad date. Get into chair pose now. So inhale, arms up, sitting back down. There you go. Okay, so a bad date happened. That doesn't mean that I'm any less awesome. Okay, I'm totally awesome. I didn't necessarily do anything wrong. The whole time I was following my feelings and thoughts and having a fun time. Now, just because, here's something to realize. Just because I am so awesome, and this is what you should be saying about yourself too. Just because I'm so awesome doesn't mean necessarily everyone is going to vibe with it. Okay? My awesomeness doesn't necessarily vibe perfectly with every single person's awesomeness, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm any less awesome. Isn't that right? Inhale. Still awesome, even though bad things happen sometimes. The chair. Also, the other kind of side to that coin is just because I'm awesome doesn't mean everyone else is going to vibe with it. The other part of that is just because something doesn't go as planned doesn't mean that I'm not awesome. So just because it didn't go as I had imagined it would go, something happened that kind of made me feel bad, it doesn't mean that I'm any less awesome. So it's important to remember my awesomeness remains. My awesomeness continues strong. And then coming back to the first point, this is important for people like me with huge egos to remember. Just because I'm so awesome doesn't mean that every single person is going to vibe with it. So it doesn't mean that that person's any less awesome. It doesn't mean that I'm less awesome. So it feels good to remember and think about these things for me, especially after getting kind of slapped in the face with a reality check last night where things didn't go my way and I basically got dissed. But we might hang out again as friends. We're going to go see a show maybe later this week. But all the same, it's important for me and you at home to remember, just because things don't necessarily go as planned doesn't mean you're necessarily any less awesome. As long as you're feeling good, things will work out in the end. So that's today's lesson. Ready for the Taish? I'm going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to do our classic 1-minute meditation. See you in a minute. All right, nice deep breath. Blink those eyes back open. Hey, there you are. So remember, you're awesome no matter what happens. Thanks for tuning in today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share this with all your friends who might need it. And that's it. We'll see you tomorrow, and maybe we'll write a haiku. If you got any requests for a pose, shoot me an email, Chakra, or just put it in the comments. It's probably easier. That's it. All right, so that's it. Make the rest of today awesome. See you tomorrow.